Hey, I'm Andrew IVIMEY.
I'm Diana McCullum.
And we're here for the From Superheroes Network, and today we're going to be talking about Infinity War.
Avengers Infinity War. We got a new trailer, everyone's talking about it, we're talking about it.
We're talking about it. Today we're going to try to figure out who's going to die.
Who's gonna die? Who's gonna live? Who's gonna maybe die? We're gonna break down the probabilities for you.
We're going to go through the list of the bazillion characters who are in this movie and try to figure out who has the most likely chance of dying, because somebody's going to die in this thing. It is Infinity War Marvel Madness. It's time for the tournament. Let's see who wins, or loses, I guess, really, because the winner is going to be the one that we think is most likely to die.
The winners are us.
We're the winners. Let's get into it. All right, going through the list of characters. First character, Black Panther.
100% no way he's dying.
I agree. 100% no way Black Panther is going to die. He just had his first movie.
He just made $1 billion and his second movie's been greenlit.
It would be absolutely insane if Black Panther died in this one. He's not gonna die.
Live.
Yeah, Black Panther's a live.
I'll kill him myself.
Spider-Man.
Live.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Spider-Man's a strong live.
He's a boy.
He's a boy. He's still fresh to the Marvel Universe and in the cinematic world. Tom Holland is still clearly hot and bankable. I feel like that's going to be a thing that they don't want to get rid of. I've seen some speculation online of people saying that maybe he will die because they've referenced Miles Morales in that universe, that maybe he'll be replaced by Ultimate Spider-Man. I think that's kind of a cool idea, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I think it's a cool idea, but he's only had one movie, not enough to kill him. And also, I don't think Marvel can. Spider-Man's owned by Sony still.
Right. That's a good point.
I think they get to decide if he dies. And I don't think, it would be the biggest death ever, but they'd also be like, our money.
It is weird to think of. It's easy to forget in the grand scheme of the MCU that Spider-Man is still kind of on loan from Sony.
Yeah, he's not technically on the team.
Okay, yeah, I can fully get behind that. And also, I don't think Spider-Man's gonna die because since Iron Man is the one who brings him into the fold on everything and he is still a kid, I feel like the death of Spider-Man would really solidify Iron Man as a villain and a horrible person. If Spider-Man died in this one because Tony's calling him and training him and he's a 16-year-old kid in over his head, Tony would also have to die in this movie, which I think is possible. We'll get to that later. But I think it would solidify Iron Man as too much of a villain.
That's also a cool idea. I wish we could have 1 million movies. But we wouldn't get to that.
All right, Spider-Man's a live.
Live.
That's all on YouTube though, right? That's where you found that.
Doctor Strange.
He's a live.
Doctor Strange is a strong live.
He's irreplaceable, literally. Everyone else in the Order is dead except for Wong. So if Strange dies, there's no Sorcerer Supreme.
There's no one protecting Earth from magic.
Yeah, there's nothing coming up. And also, he's had one movie, it was a pretty big hit. He's too singular in the universe to kill off.
I fully agree, and I think we'll notice a trend here as we go through this list that anybody who's had one movie is probably going to end up in the live column for us. That it's just too soon. They haven't fully banked yet. There's gonna be more of Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's gonna be more Strange.
He's a live.
Live.
Beings from other realms that may be a threat to this world.
Captain America.
Oh, this is so hard.
This is a tough one.
I think someone Cap related will die. Either Cap, Bucky, or Falcon. One of those three.
Okay.
But I don't know which.
Someone of the Cap family will die.
Yeah, a Cap-ish person. But I think if we're saying Steve Rogers, I think he might die in 4. I don't think he's dying here.
I think you might be right. It is a little bit tricky because for those of you who don't know, Infinity War and the next untitled Avengers movie are filming simultaneously. And I do believe that Chris Evans has 2 more movies left in his contract. It include one would be Infinity War and then another.
Yeah, so that's the next one, and then his contract's up.
Yeah, and the next one might have some time and altered timeline stuff, so he might die in this and then be in the next Avengers movie as a flashback timeline thing, but it is still possible.
Yeah, I think he's a high maybe for me.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put him in the same category. He's a maybe die.
Look them in the eye and say no. You move.
Ant-Man.
Well, yeah, unless his movie is set in the past.
Which I don't think it is.
So Ant-Man and the Wasp definite lives.
Yeah, Ant-Man's a quick and easy one. He's got another movie coming out. Ant-Man's gonna make it.
Easy live. Boom.
Easy live. Loki.
Oh, I think Loki's Toast.
I think Loki's gonna die.
I'll miss him, but I think he's toast. Every shot, he's had like 3 shots in the trailer, but it all seems to be in that same scene on the ship where Thanos is attacking them.
Yeah.
No other shot.
Well, it seems to be in the ship where they're attacking them, and then wherever the crew is, wherever Thanos' children are, like Proxima Midnight and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, if they're the ones who attack
That
the Guardian
seems like
ship.
it's on a planet, but like, yeah, a not Earth planet.
Yeah. So I think Loki gives up the Tesseract and it's instantly killed.
I think you might be right. I think when we see in the trailer Thor's head being squeezed by Thanos, I feel like there might be a scene where Thanos is going to kill Thor and Loki sacrifices himself for his brother.
I do think that, and I think that's such a nice end for Loki that I do want it as much as I love Loki. I'm like, that's a good end to your story.
It's kind of the end we already got in Dark World, but then they just kind of didn't do it.
Yeah, just like, a little bit more.
A little bit more. But yeah, I feel like Loki is a strong dead.
Loki is pretty, like, for reals he's dead. And because, like, you can't illusion death again.
Yeah. And also, he's a villain who's had his run. We've had the villain arc, we've had the redemption arc. He's served the function that he can serve, and I feel like his necessity has been finished in the MCU.
Yeah, Loki's toast. I'm sorry.
He did.
Put him on some bread.
Doug! Oh, no, Doug's dead.
Star-Lord.
I'm gonna say a definitely live.
I think Star-Lord is also a definitely live.
Like, I'm not saying a Guardian can't die, but I think every other Guardian could die except for Star-Lord, and the team can still bounce back. You can't have a movie without Star-Lord, though.
No, he's the heart of that team, and they still need to get a Volume 3 out of him, and especially
Out of him.
they need it. They're gonna try to get a third out of the Guardians franchise,
For sure.
and especially when it comes to Chris Pratt, who is at his most bankable at a movie star, and they probably signed a contract with him at his early
Parks and Rec days?
beginning bankableness of a movie star. I mean, he was still doing like Zero Dark 30 and Moneyball, but they probably got a good contract from him at a good time, and he is one of the biggest opening stars in Hollywood right now. So I think they're going to stick him around.
Yeah, he's a definite live for me.
Definite live.
Let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good.
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark lives.
I think Tony Stark is a death.
No, I think Tony Stark is a death in 4.
Okay.
Because the MCU started with Tony.
Yeah.
And this whole giant thing. I think it ends with Tony's death in 4.
Okay.
So I think Tony lives through this one, goes through some serious bad business.
I mean, yeah, Tony's about to have a rough time.
Ooh, he's gonna have a bad week. But I think he dies in 4, and that's gonna be like the end of this Marvel era.
Okay.
He started.
I could kind of see that if 4 is in fact going to be the end of the MCU as we know it, which it seems like it will be. But yeah, he's going to die soon. It feels like it's still possible that he might die in this one when you consider that he was kind of the heart of the first Avengers movie in many regards, and I feel like he has been falling down a villain and too much of a jerk kind of a path lately, that the death and sacrifice for the Earth might be a good redemption arc for him.
I get that, and also like we said with Cap, it's the same thing. Like if he dies, they probably resurrect him in 4 with this reality and time stone stuff.
Right. Okay.
But
Maybe.
Anybody remember when I carried a nuke through a wormhole?
Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier.
I think he'll live, but he goes back into my Cap thing of one of the Cap-ish characters will die.
I think one of the Cap-ish characters will die. I don't think it's going to be Bucky. I feel a pretty strong live vibe coming from Bucky.
I also get a strong live vibe, going back to your thing about Chris Pratt's contract. Sebastian Stan has a many movie contract.
Yes, he still has many movies left on his contract.
I think he's got 5 left on his contract.
Which does kind of lead back to what we were saying about Captain America, where I think he might be a die. Maybe not in this one, maybe in the next one, but maybe in this one, because there's a good chance Bucky is going to take over the mantle and be Captain America at some point in the MCU.
For sure. I mean, he's picked up the shield in every movie. They've done a big arc of getting him back to fighting shape through Wakanda and like through all this stuff. So they put a lot of time and money into Bucky Barnes to just kill him off now.
Yeah.
But one of the Caps has got to go though.
Yeah, it's not Bucky though.
All right.
Bucky's alive.
It's not Bucky.
I'm with you to the end of the line, pal.
Black Widow.
She'll probably live.
I think Black Widow's alive.
Yeah, I think she's a live. I mean, they've said there's a writer for her movie.
They're working on a solo Black Widow movie.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see
they
it.
have a writer. It's not in full production or anything, but they're working on it. It's a little bit tricky with Black Widow because her solo movie could easily be her origin story or any part of her timeline, and in fact having a pre-superpowered world might even be a more interesting place to put a solo Black Widow movie.
Yeah, she's one of the few characters we met already established. No backstory, no origin.
So she's one of the few characters who easily could die and still get a solo movie, which is a very unique place for a character to be in. But that said, I still don't think she will die. I think that she could and a solo movie could function, but I don't think she will.
I don't think she will either, because I think Marvel, as much as they've had kind of weird missteps every now and then, I don't think they'd kill one of their only female characters.
Yeah, that's a strong point. Yeah, they don't have enough female characters to spare.
Yeah, they can't risk it.
Hey, big guy. Sun's getting real low.
Scarlet Witch.
I think she probably lives. I mean, I don't think she's done enough to die.
I don't think she's done enough to die, but I also feel like she hasn't done enough to live. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah. She's not concreted into the foundation of the MCU in such a way that I can't imagine that world without her. And it does seem like her and Vision as a relationship is going to have a big proponent of this movie, and they already killed off her brother Quicksilver in Age of Ultron. So it seems like a type of character they would be willing to sacrifice.
I get that. I'm not saying they wouldn't be willing to sacrifice her. And I can see why you would even be able to kill her, because in her own way she's incredibly powerful. So I can see Thanos like being threatened and taking her out.
Absolutely.
And yeah, her whole thing with Vision, which we'll get to in a second, will definitely put her at risk, but I just don't see it. But I think she is at risk. She's a maybe.
I think she's a character they're willing to kill, but they don't have a reason to in this movie. Yeah, so maybe I would put her in the live.
I'll put her in the...
Where are you at? Maybe?
I think she'll live more than Cap.
So a maybe.
A maybe.
A maybe?
Maybe. I'm a maybe.
Okay, she's a maybe.
After this, I am something else.
Shuri.
So alive.
Shuri is super alive. She's just getting started.
She's just getting started. She's so delightful. She's not a warrior, so she wouldn't even really be on the battlefield.
Yep.
I don't know when she would get taken out.
I mean,
too much to love about Shuri.
That said, she's not a warrior in a nation with the Dora Milaje, some of the toughest warriors imaginable. But when she does pick up arms, she held her own in Black Panther, and she can fight. But when you have a battle with Hulkbuster armor, Iron Man, Black Panther, and Captain America, she's not on that front line.
Yeah, she's not on that front line.
I don't want to throw shade at her and be like, she's no warrior.
Well,
she's a warrior.
I don't think she knows any martial arts. She just shot lasers out of her hands.
She's still good at that, though.
She did that great.
Who's Tony then? You know what I mean?
No, that's a great point. Like, if she wants to build an Iron Man, she's gonna be unstoppable.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's not dying.
She's not dying in this one. She's too popular. She's too cool. We love her. She's gonna be around for a while.
I love her too much. I'd sue Marvel somehow.
Yeah.
I'd figure out a way.
We'd find it.
The real question is, what are those?
Vision.
So dead. You can't live.
I'm a maybe on Vision.
You're a maybe on Vision?
Hear me out. I think Vision, as we know him, no matter what, definitely dead.
Okay, yeah.
The character of Vision is dead. There is a possibility that Paul Bettany, an actor not wearing any makeup with no superpowers anymore, may be the one who, as a human, gets a Pinocchio story but with a happy ending and walks off into the night as a human being. I think that's a possibility.
I can't see that at
No?
all. I think he's only human in that trailer because it's like a weird Scarlet Witch dream. Because she can do weird mind stuff.
I don't think that trailer is tipping the cap on anything, but I think it's possible that we may see the death of him as a superpowered being and still the existence of a Vision type person.
See, I'm pretty sure if you pop that stone out of his head, he's just a robot. He's just Jarvis.
I think he's just Jarvis, but
he's just an Iron Man
maybe as a
armor.
human boy. I don't know.
I don't know why Thanos would gift that upon him.
I don't think that would be the intention. But I don't know. I think no matter what, though, I will agree. I think Vision, as we know it, is dead.
Okay.
100. My theory, super far-fetched. I get that. I think it's possible.
Out there.
But I think it's possible. But I know it's out there. But I will agree. Superpowered Vision, super dead.
Yeah, because, I don't know if we mentioned, yes, he's got a Mind Stone. Thanos needs that.
He needs that stone. He's going to rip that right out of his head, and then we don't know if he's going to exist afterwards. But I think he might exist as a human boy.
I think he's going to just be a plain old robot.
We'll see. But either way, the one we know, dead. Dead.
It's exactly what Doug used to say. See you later, new Doug.
Nebula.
She's a maybe. I think she could die.
I think she could die.
For sure. I mean, everyone could die.
Everyone could die. I think she could die. I don't think there's a purpose to her death. Narratively, I can't see her dying on screen and me kind of going, oh no, or caring in any regard.
We wouldn't. A motivation for Gamora, who does seem to play a very large part of this movie, as Thanos' daughter. She has, she's in that flashback. So she's the one giving all the information about Thanos, and Nebula also hates Thanos. So I think Nebula dying would be part of Gamora's overall story, not so much for us as the audience.
I could see that. I can totally get behind that. Yeah, and I think killing his own daughter really adds to the villainy and power of Thanos in a feature like that.
And it's kind of a good kill in that we, the audience, aren't too upset by it, but it does make the villain very, very evil.
Yes, it certainly does make the villain very, very evil, and I feel like Nebula has played her story at this point. She started as a villain, she had a redemption arc, she learned to accept Gamora as kind of a begrudging sisterly relationship.
Yeah, they hugged it out.
She I think has had the full arc that character on paper can sustain. So I think it would make sense for her to die. I still am uncertain about the purpose. Your theory's great, but I'm not 100% sold.
I might have talked myself into a die.
Yeah? Well, let's put her down as a die. I can get behind a die.
Bye, Nebula.
Nebula's dead.
Piss off, Ghost!
Okoye.
I'm worried about Okoye.
Okoye's gonna make it.
I think she could die.
No, I ain't even stressing
You're
about it.
not even stressing about it?
I'm not stressing about any of the Black Panther characters, quite frankly.
No, I think they're in Wakanda, and there are enough Black Panther characters that you could lose one.
I feel like
not Shuri, obviously, but she's a general, she's on the front line, she's right there next to Cap going into that battle. I think just in terms of there's a fight going on, someone's gotta die. I think it could be her.
I don't think it can. I agree with you that they're in Wakanda and there's gonna be losses. But I feel like the tragedy and weight that's going to carry on Black Panther's character after this movie and beyond is going to be the scorched earth that is Wakanda. He's going to lose a lot of his people. I don't think we need that personal connection for Black Panther to particularly motivate him when the earth is on the line and the fight is at his doorstep. I don't know if we need that kind of personal motivation for some of the characters that we have, where just showing some of the rampant destruction in Wakanda and showing unknown soldiers fall, I feel like is enough to feel loss for Black Panther in that moment.
I get that, and I really want Okoye to live. I love her so much, but she seems the most likely to die of any Black Panther character, except maybe M'Baku.
Okay, so I think we're at an impasse then. I'm a strong live, but you're at a maybe?
I'm at a maybe.
All right, well that bumps it up to a maybe. It's a maybe. Groot.
Groot lives.
Groot lives. Yeah, I'm definitely with you with Groot lives.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty safe if you've already died before.
He's already lived once.
Yeah, so he might live again.
He's lived.
Well, this is Groot 2.0.
Yes, yeah. If in case you didn't see, James Gunn confirmed on Twitter that the original Groot did in fact die, and the new Groot we're seeing at the end of Volume 2 is Groot's child, technically.
Yeah, he doesn't have Groot's memories. He is a child. That's a kid. So Groot 1 is dead.
Groot 1 is dead. Groot is a concept that lives on forever, and if Groot 2 is a child, even though it is a tree, I feel like it's like killing a child, and I feel like the MCU would not in any regard do that. I feel like all of the Guardians would die before Groot permanently died, because that would be like letting their child die, and I feel like all of them would die for Groot in the concept of the MCU.
100% agree. There's no way we're losing Groot. Groot's alive.
Groot's alive.
I am Groot.
So what?
Heimdall.
I think Heimdall dies.
I think Heimdall's dead.
I think Heimdall is super dead, because Thanos attacks that ship, and then we only ever see Thor and Loki again. I think Loki dies too, anyway.
Yes.
So I think Heimdall was on that ship and gets killed by Thanos pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one. And talking about we've kind of had a theme of certain characters that have run their arc and purpose in the general Marvel universe, and Heimdall is one of them. In a world without a rainbow bridge anymore, without a traditional Asgard, then No need for Heimdall.
No need for Heimdall. I mean, I love him. God bless him. I want him to stick around, but yeah, I think this would be a good end for Heimdall. This would be where all of Asgard seems to be coming to a close.
Yeah. I think Heimdall's dead.
Heimdall's dead.
Another day, another Doug.
Valkyrie, on the subject of Asgardians.
I think Valkyrie's dead.
I don't think Valkyrie's dead.
You don't think Valkyrie's dead? Well, she is a survivor. I'll give you that. She survived Hela somehow.
She's a survivor. She's tough as hell. Tessa Thompson?
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson. She is a phenomenal actress who is hot right now, who is very popular for this role, who I think is a bankable and unexplored star for the MCU. I feel like there's still a little bit more that they can milk out of that character. And talking about, like, as we go through this list, which characters have seen their arc come to fruition and completion, I feel like we didn't get that for Valkyrie. As satisfying as her section of the story in Ragnarok was, I don't feel like her as a character is complete yet.
I agree with everything you just said, but I also just don't know how she's gonna survive that. Like, we haven't seen her in the trailers. Only Thor seems to be the one getting out of that plane, that ship. I don't know how she's gonna get out of there, but I didn't think about her bankability as a star. She really has blown up in the last 2 years.
As well she should.
She's great.
Yeah, she's absolutely fantastic.
And yeah, her story has just started. I'd love for her to live, but I think she might die. But I'm less likely than Heimdall.
Yes, less likely to die than Heimdall. Yeah. I'm a strong live. Sounds like you're in the maybe category.
I'm a maybe.
We're gonna have to put her in the maybe category then.
Maybe.
Scrapper 142. So watch out for those Asgardians.
Gamora.
She'd a live for me.
I think she's also a live.
Yeah, I think if Gamora were to die, it would be in the next movie as kind of the final fight with Thanos. She is his daughter. She's doing this big arc about hating him through all these movies. So yeah, if she were to die, it would be in the next one, not this one. So I feel pretty strongly that she's a live.
I'm with you on this about the possibility of the next one. We kind of need to see how this one plays out, but it feels like she's going to be so integral in terms of explaining the concept of Thanos to the team that she is going to be needed at every point of the turn. And it does feel like as much as Thanos is trying to destroy the universe, this is the battle for Earth. So Gamora's important, but it's not the father-daughter movie. It's not the revenge against the sins of the father movie.
Yeah, this isn't the story of her saving the world or getting her revenge. This is her being, I know the most about Thanos, I'm gonna come up with the strategies.
Yeah.
Kind of movie.
Alright, so she's a live.
She'll live.
If he ends up being evil, we'll just kill him.
Rocket Raccoon.
Probably a live, I guess.
I think he's probably a live.
I can't see a reason to kill him, but I also wouldn't care if that much if he dies. I don't dislike Rocket. I just don't think anything would happen to me physically.
Okay, yeah. I do feel like one of the Guardians is gonna die, though.
I think they are too, but we'll get to the one I think it's gonna be.
Okay, all right. I think, all right. So we'll get to whichever one you think in a minute. But Rocket, I think he could. I don't know why he would.
There's no reason.
There's no reason for him to, really.
Especially because it looks like he's with Thor for most of the movie. And if he were to die, you'd need him to be with the Guardians. Like, he can't die with another character who doesn't know him.
Really, really strong point. Yeah, that's a terrific point. He's a live.
Good. Next. Wait. Fight a what?
Mantis, continuing on the Guardians tip.
Continuing on the Guardians, this is the Guardian I think will die.
You think it's going to be Mantis?
I think Mantis is here to die. She's the only expendable Guardian. I don't see any other reason to put her in the movie. I thought she was pretty forgettable in Guardians 2.
She was pretty forgettable in Guardians 2. I don't know what her character's arc could be, has been, or is. Like, I can't think of a reason for her to continue around because I'm like, I want to see her get resolution for her issues regarding blah. Like, because there's no plot line really for Mantis.
Yeah, I mean, she had some nice moments with Drax in Guardians 2, but there's no plot line. She doesn't feel like a member of the team, really. Yeah. And I don't especially know why she's in this movie in like a title role.
Okay, yeah. So Mantis is a maybe.
Yeah, I can see her going.
But yeah, because she's not necessarily meaningful enough to keep around, but also not necessarily meaningful enough to kill on screen either. So I feel like because of that, she's a maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair. You're maybe, Mantis.
Maybe.
I am hideous?
You are horrifying to look at.
Drax to finish off the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Drax is a tough one for me
He
because
is.
I think he blames Thanos for his family a little bit.
Yeah, because we were mentioning earlier we kind of need to rewatch Guardians to get a little bit more detail on Drax. I'm pretty sure Ronan was the one who killed his family, but I think he's also kind of pissed at Thanos.
Yeah, I think Ronan might have been working for Thanos at the time. He seemed mad at everybody, though.
And either way, he has seen what death and destruction coming to your home planet can do. He has felt that. That is his emotional growth and arc and the dark demon of his past that he has to deal with. And I feel like if he, seeing that come to Earth, and we see in the trailers that he is there, he's on Earth. Seeing that come to Earth, I feel like he may relate to humans in terms of what he went through as a father and as a husband. So I feel like he may sacrifice himself out of anger and out of a way of
Kind of a
understanding
nobility.
humanity.
Yeah, I get that. I think he totally would do that. He would do a sacrifice play to protect a planet from a thing he had seen happen.
Yeah.
That sounds like Drax, and I would miss him as well, but I do think he could be an expendable Guardian.
Yeah, and when you're talking about something like Guardians of the Galaxy, it's something that's had multiple different members in the comic books throughout time, so everyone is kind of replaceable to a certain degree.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm gonna make Drax a maybe.
Drax is in the maybe column.
We leave no one behind. Except maybe you.
Hulk.
Hulk's a live. Can you even kill Hulk?
I think Hulk is a default live because if he gets the Reality Stone in the trailer, we see Thanos with the Power Stone and the Space Stone.
Yeah.
If he gets the Reality Stone, you could change reality to a reality where Hulk never existed.
That's the only way to beat him, really.
But I can't really, think of
Like-
another way that they would feel confident killing traditionally Hulk in the film.
Like, I genuinely don't think you can. Like, I think Hulk is on Earth because Thanos opened up a portal to get him away from him.
Right.
He's like, get this guy out of here. He's gonna murder me. He's so powerful.
Yeah, that seems right.
So yeah, I think Hulk's a definite live. He's like an original Avenger. I don't think Hulk's ever gonna get another movie, but he's a friend to like every team member.
Yeah, I don't think I'll see another movie, but he's going to be around forever.
Yeah, which as I say it though, almost makes me think, as a friend to every team member, that is kind of usually someone who goes. But I just don't think you can kill Hulk.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. It's a weird gut instinct that I can't think of a particular reason coming up. It's not like Mark Ruffalo's the most bankable star in the world. He's a wonderful actor and he has a great career, but he's not the most bankable star. He doesn't have his own solo franchise. There's no strong, compelling reason for me to say that he needs to stick around. But I just have this gut feeling. I don't see him going.
I don't see him going. He's the strongest there is. But oh my god, it would be pretty shocking if he did.
That would be a pretty big
Wouldn't
deal.
that be the biggest surprise of all?
Yeah.
Thanos is the strongest there is then.
Yeah, I feel like even in a worst case scenario, we see the end of Hulk, we'll never see the death of Hulk. Even if Thanos shows up and it's just like Hulk just blinks out of existence.
He's somewhere.
Yeah, there'll
somewhere.
still be that conversation of like, where is Hulk? What happened to Hulk? Even if Ruffalo's out of his contract and not coming back, I don't think we'll ever see the death of Hulk in a traditional way.
He'll be the next Red Skull.
Yeah, I could kind of see
People
it.
still wonder where that guy is.
He's out there.
He's somewhere.
That's a whole discussion for another day. Hulk's a live.
Hulk's a live.
We know each other. He's a friend from work.
Rhodey, the war machine.
He's a live.
I'm gonna put him in the maybe.
I think he got a real good deal when he got paralyzed in Civil War.
Ooh, okay.
You don't paralyze someone and then kill them in the next
and then
movie.
and then like slowly rehab and get them full mobility back and then kill
just
them in the next
murder.
movie. That's a real strong point. You've sold me immediately just on that simple premise.
Yeah, I think Vision's blast to him saved his life in the long run.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I hadn't thought of it from that regard, but I'm fully with you. He's a character who's fun to have around. He's kind of a background piece.
Well, I mean, he's been there, the character, not Don Cheadle, but the character's been there since the beginning, Iron Man 1.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
really seen it all. He's been there by Tony's side. But, so I could see him going in that regard, if not for Civil War.
Yeah, and he's the type of character that they never discuss giving their own movie, but he easily could in any regard. Like, not that his character is so rich and compelling on screen, like there's some backstory there, but any writer worth their snuff could easily write a good story for Jim Rhodes.
Oh, for sure. In Iron Man 3, when he's like the Iron Patriot, I think,
yes.
and like it seems like he's had adventures on his own as War Machine.
He's been doing stuff.
What have you been up to without Tony?
Yeah.
What's your stories? Yeah, he's doing things.
But yeah, just from the getting mobility back thing, you've fully sold me. He's a Liv.
Liv.
It's the kill box, Tony, okay? This is where you go to die.
Thor.
Thor's a Liv. You got me worried. Tell me why would he die?
I think Thor is a Liv.
Okay. Whew. Well then let's move on.
For only one reason. I think Thor is a death Liv. I think Thor is dead. And in the next Avengers movie, we're gonna find out that Thor's a Skrull.
Whoa! What?
I think Thor's a death Liv.
What are you talking about?
Thor's a death Liv.
I thought you were gonna give me some cool, he's gonna resurrect like Odin and become more powerful kind of stuff.
No, I think he's gonna get a death Liv. I think he's going to die, or at least perceived to us as like, oh my god, Thor's dead. Then we'll come back in this movie. And then in the following film, we'll find out that he's a Skrull.
I think people would hate that too much.
Someone's gonna get Skrulled in this movie. Someone is. For
if
those.
Someone's getting Skrulled, it's Cap.
So Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is coming out. When does that come out?
Next year, 2019.
Next year, and it takes place in the 90s, and it has to do with Skrulls, and they're gonna do a Skrull invasion at some point. In this big epic, someone is gonna get the red herring fake out death, and then we're gonna all be like, whew, they're not dead. And then we're gonna find out they're a Skrull. And I think Thor's getting Skrulled.
You're pulling Skrulls out of nowhere on me, and I'm very upset about it.
Skrull.
End of the video.
Skrull.
You're like, Thor's a Skrull, by the way. Not letting me consider this for anybody else.
This whole video's about wild hearsay. Why not make Thor a Skrull?
Anyway, I don't think Thor dies for logical reasons.
Okay.
Because he's off on his own doing his own thing. You can't die by yourself. He's got important stuff to do. I mean, it would be really sad if he died by himself. Oh my god, and the other Avengers didn't know. But yeah, he's just too important. I mean, Ragnarok was a big hit.
Yes.
If Ragnarok hadn't happened and we were just on Thor the Dark World, I'd be like, Thor's done.
But how do you have a big hit and then you're like, and we kill his homeworld, and in this next one we're probably killing off the bulk of the characters from his trilogy? I don't know if we're getting another Thor ever. I feel like that was the conclusion. That plus Infinity War is the conclusion of that character's arc.
That does mildly concern me, because they're going to Earth to like rebuild Asgard, but then it does appear that every Asgardian dies, so I'm like, you got nothing.
Yeah. And if he does die in space, it'll be with his brother, so that will be emotional and meaningful. And then I feel like that's where the Skrulls come in and replace him, because that's also a really good being like, we found the body of an Avenger.
So on your list, Thor and Loki die, and Valkyrie's still alive?
Yeah, no, Valkyrie good.
Valkyrie good?
You good.
Alright.
Get it, Valkyrie.
So I guess that makes Thor a maybe?
I guess Thor's a maybe?
Thor's a maybe.
Maybe? Skrull? Question mark?
Hate you.
Skrull.
Hate so much.
Gotta watch out for those Asgardians, man. They are hard to perish.
Wong. I feel like this is a quick and easy one. Liv. Yeah.
Yeah, no reason to kill him. He's the only other guy who knows magic.
He's the only other guy who knows magic. In Strange's movie, he's gonna need someone to help him with the Sanctum. In Strange 2, whenever that occurs.
In Strange 2, he's gonna need someone to talk to.
Yes. You need a sidekick, buddy, someone else. He's
the only character left, because Mordo is a villain now, and the Ancient One died. So Wong's his only remaining character.
Yeah, they're not gonna introduce that many new characters in Strange 2, which will inevitably happen. So yeah, Wong's a strong, easy Liv.
Liv.
We do not tamper with natural law. We defend it.
Falcon.
Falcon's tough. Part of that Cap trio. It's a hard one.
Part of that Cap trio, I still feel like in that Cap trio, Cap is the most likely to die.
Cap is the most likely to die.
Contractually, Sebastian Stan's 9-movie deal or whatever stupid amount it was leads me to believe he will be Captain America at some point. But I feel like Anthony Mackie just has a really strong screen presence as Falcon. He's not necessarily the star power that a lot of the other people in the MCU have, but I could also easily see a Falcon Captain America, Sam Wilson Captain America at some point in the MCU?
I don't know if I can see this Sam as Cap, but I can see him supporting Steve or supporting Bucky.
Okay.
In memory of Steve, if Steve were to die. But I agree that he doesn't seem to have the star power to like hold his own movie, but they clearly believe in him. Like they gave him like pretty much the second lead role in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Made him a huge part of that movie. He's the only other Avenger who shows up. So clearly they have faith in him and like him and things, and I love him. He's very funny. But I just like, I could see him dying as a motivation to Steve, but I still think Steve's more likely to die.
I agree. I think Falcon's still got some longevity there, and yeah, we haven't reached the conclusion of his character story.
Well, I don't know what his character story is. What's iffy about Falcon? Like, I don't know if he's gone through an arc. He's always just been like, I'm very helpful, and I remain very helpful. Like, I don't know what he's gone through.
I feel like I feel like, and on a video of Wild Hearsay, this is kind of my Wild Hearsay and speculation. The film version of Falcon, I think his character arc is learning not to be the wingman and to be the leader as well. Because he's always the one trying to offer assistance, whether it's him talking about losing his wingman in battle when he was in the U.S. military, or the U.S. Air Force, I suppose, and then him being a sidekick to Captain America. I do what he does, just slower. So, and then him working at the VA and trying to assist veterans getting their life back together. He is permanently, and these are all noble goals and great pursuits.
Oh no,
but
he's a fantastic character.
He's permanently the wingman, and I feel like his character's progression is learning to step out into the light and taking the lead, and not being a partner, not being a wingman, not being a buddy, but being alone in the fray. And I feel like that's his character's progression, which is, rather than trying to patch up things, taking the lead.
See, I think that's where he could have gone, but not where they took him. None of that happened in Civil War.
Okay.
He kind of just kept following Cap around.
Right.
And was very good and very helpful, but I didn't feel like he had a leadership point in those movies at any point.
I see what you're saying.
I think he could go, but I'm gonna put him as a low maybe.
A low I'm gonna put him as a hard live.
Hard live?
Could I sell you on a hard live?
No, not if I'm a low maybe.
All right, it's a low maybe then.
Or a low live.
It's a low live? That's just a maybe. It's a maybe.
All right, it's maybe.
Dude, Captain America needs my help. It's no better reason to get back in.
Hawkeye. What's going on with Hawkeye, everybody?
You invited? You coming?
Yo, Renner, you good? Are you good?
Did you miss filming day? Can't die if you're not in it.
Yeah, who did you piss off? What is going on? So Jeremy Renner was part of the Entertainment Weekly photo shoot for Infinity War, which was months ago. It was a new costume, it was a new haircut,
new look.
Whole new look. And since then he hasn't been on a poster, his name's not on the poster, he hasn't been in a trailer. What the hell is going on with Hawkeye?
Listed as an official cast member. I've read stories about things that he said happened during filming, like he injured both of his arms. Haven't seen a single frame of footage. Does he die in the first? This is what
this is your theory. I like your
theory. Have to say. I think Hawkeye dies in the first 5 minutes. I think it's like a huge opening, and like that's why he has no screen time, because he just dies so quick. They have nothing they can put in the trailers.
I think it's...
And I think he does a weird resurrection in 4. Maybe he's a Skrull. Actually, he could be.
He could easily be a Skrull. But I do love your theory that he's a first act death.
I think he's a first death.
That it's just, that's the inciting incident that really gets everything going and pisses everyone off. He's the first one to die. He's the first major impact of Thanos for the world.
He's what brings both teams back together, because we do know they reunite.
Oh, that's a really great point,
yeah, because they're still separated.
Because after Civil War, I get the Earth is threatened, you're all going to come together. But you still need a moment other than, you can't just have Cap and Tony who walk up to one another, and Bucky who's like, hey, remember when you blew off my arm?
Remember when you killed my parents?
Yeah, and ripped out. Like, they can't just be like, yeah, but Earth, am I right? Hawkeye's death really could be the thing that brings them together.
He's with Cap's team, assuming he broke out of the raft with them.
Mm-hmm.
So he's with Cap's team. He's killed by Thanos, brings everyone together. That's my theory. I think he's a
strong theory.
I think he's an early death.
I think that's a strong theory. I can get behind that.
All right. So
he would be the Coulson of this movie, the one that unites the team.
Then he'd get a show. Probably get some screen time.
Yeah, there we go. I feel like Renner wouldn't go for a show.
Well, he lost that Mission Impossible money.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out.
So death.
Now those foundations are gone. Sorry.
But that's it for all of our wild speculation.
It's all facts, people.
This is all 100% truth, and if you like the truth, subscribe to this channel, because everything we said can be proven by science.
And if you like wild speculation, subscribe to this channel, because we're not basing this on anything.
So if you like what I said, facts, or what she said, wild, unprovable speculation, subscribe to this. Either way, what I'm trying to say is subscribe to this channel. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button below. You can even click that little bell icon and you'll be notified anytime that we have a new video go live. We have new videos here every single week, and all of our video content is free. So why not hit subscribe, hit the bell. It helps our channel, it helps us grow and expand and get seen by new people. So why not help our channel for free and get some free videos back from it?
Yeah, and help us get some feedback. Leave a comment below if you agree, you disagree, your wildest speculations,
You gotta
your facts.
leave a comment below. There's no way that you're gonna agree with 100% of what we said in this video, but we want to know what is your death pool? What do you think is gonna happen here with the Marvel madness? I'm gonna, in the description of the video, put a list of all the characters in this movie. You can copy and paste it and then just put a D for death, an L for live, or an M for maybe. Let us know what your list is.
And then a long paragraph of your reasons. Which I will read.
Hey, whatever you feel like. Live your dream, you know?
Live your bliss.
Find your bliss. Live your bliss. Whatever the bliss. Something with bliss. Thank you for watching, everybody. I've been Andrew.
I'm Diana.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.